All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of SWAC Smoke. Of course, y'all know how it goes. It's Thursday. It goes down here. Episode 91. Man, we're getting closer and closer to that 100. And we got the man himself checking in. Got DJ over there, man, with chewing on something, boy, man. Man,
Yes,
grubbing already.
I hope there ain't no neck bones. I'm chewing on no turkey necks over there now.
So we got DJ over here, man. We got Jamie G in the house as usual, man. We holding it down. Y'all know how we do on Thursday. Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
Hey, it's lovely today, man. Good weather in Jackson, Mississippi, and ready to kick this thing off, man. 9 more episodes to 100.
Oh yeah, to the 100, It's going down. It's going down. So what's happening in the Gump, man?
graduation, man.
Oh yeah, it is graduation. They had it today.
Tomorrow,
yeah, I think so. They graduation tomorrow too, I believe.
yeah.
So yeah, it's about that
Shout
time
out
of the
to
year.
all the graduates, man. Make sure y'all turn up for us, man.
Oh yeah, salute to everybody, man. That crossed that path, man. It ain't easy. So salute. You got something that can never be taken away from you, man. So cherish it and grow with it. So hey, I still remember. Well, I still remember parts of my graduation. I had too much fun the night before. So did too much partying, and then we had graduation. I graduated in May. We was outside in Mumford, bro, at like 12 o'clock. Man, they sweated all that out of me, but I made it. So
hey, you was in the trenches, man. It's hard to get a May graduation now. It gets earlier now, man. I graduated in April, so that was sweet though.
Graduated in May. Most people now graduate early, so man, y'all know how we do, man. Let's go ahead and talk draft, bro. You know, I know that's probably what a lot of people gonna want to talk about. So we're gonna start on that. We start with my boy DJ, man. What were your thoughts on the draft as a whole?
As a whole, I mean, I didn't expect much different. What annoys me is people who pretty much trying to push the players out of HBCUs to go PWI because of, lack of draftees. But, once you start looking at the numbers, there's a lot of schools who didn't produce, but one player or some conferences didn't produce, tons of people. So I don't think it's necessarily a HBCU thing, but I do feel like this is just me. Maybe a conspiracy theory or whatever, but I think that part of it is to not really draft out of HBCU so they can force them to go PWI. Basically, what they're trying to do is make everybody think that, you can't do it from HBCU. And I think that a lot of kids are falling for it. Look at, what happened right after the draft. People started jumping in the portal. But what they ain't realizing is where they're going, it ain't much sweeter than where you gonna go. So I don't know, man. I feel like we had some draft worthy people? Yeah, of course. Do I feel like, Aubrey Miller and them could have went in the later rounds just like a kid from Georgia that's probably gonna get cut too? Yeah. But I don't think that should discourage our kids from, grinding and continuing on their path, because it ain't sweet once you get in that portal for everybody. So, I mean, that's my takeaway. I probably didn't answer your question, but that's just my thoughts on it.
Oh, that's fine, man. We're like, you know how we do, man. We don't never just flow.
It ain't no right or wrong answer on that one though.
Oh no. So what about you, Jamie G? How you felt?
Man, my thoughts about the draft. Disappointment for one. I thought that we might possibly could have gotten maybe 3 or 4 HBCU guys, but it seems like it really, like DJ was saying, it don't really matter where you come from, that you have to grind and that you have to put your best foot forth foot forward. So, I mean, it seemed like the NFL is more focused on name and who can put butts in seats versus drafting quality guys, no matter what level it is. Because I noticed a lot of GMs. If you go back and watch, I think Allscript did a little interview with Hugh Jackson. He was saying that a lot of the GMs and scouts are more focused on the players who are household names that can draw people to come to the game. Because at the end of the day, it is a thing to make money. But, you know what I'm saying, these guys kind of rather put that gamble on somebody that they know that's a sure thing from a top level D1 school versus an FCS guy, which if it don't pan out, you know what I'm saying, that might be somebody's job, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a gamble with an FCS guy. I mean, it seems like with an FCS level, you have to be just as twice or 3 times as good as the person whoever comes from a Power 5 group of 6 schools. So, but we got one in. That's a start. Jackson State has 2 consecutive draft picks. So, man, I think it's something to positive to build on. It is something to positive build on because, hey, there was some teams that didn't have nobody get drafted from their
yeah,
school.
man. It's what's up, Los J?
I think that's a wonderful thing, man. That we was able to at least have one. But I know everybody wanted more than one, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take what we can take. Because I think these guys in these going undrafted, man, they're gonna come out with a huge chip on their shoulder. I think they're gonna prove to these guys that they can ball amongst the greats in the NFL, man.
Yeah, I like I say, man, just to kind of echo off of y'all, I watched the first 3 rounds actually. I watched all right, what's going on? Welcome to the show. I watched the first 3 rounds in whole. So I noticed this was the first year I think they said in the modern draft era that the first round was all Power 5 guys. There were no G5 guys, no FCS guys, no nothing. So that set the table for what the rest of the draft was going to be like. It was mad Power 5 guys. And the one thing that really gets to me when it comes to drafting is when you draft a guy and you know his work ethic ain't up to par, you know, to me, when you take a reach on a guy and you know already that he got flaws that are very bad flaws, that tells me that you drafting either the name of the guy or the name of the school that he came from. And you know, that to me, that's one of those things that irks me as we get later into the draft. You know, where you start to see guys come off the board, you know, who didn't really put up great numbers, but you know, they were from bigger schools. So like you said, Jimmy G, a guy coming from the SWAC got to put up crazy numbers, number one, but it's still not a guarantee because I know I don't know if y'all saw this, but Blue, shout out to Blue. He said that I think like the last 5 Buck Buchanan winners and like the last 4 or 5 Walter Payton Award winners didn't get drafted, and those are guys who put up crazy numbers. You know, those guys put up award-winning numbers. So if those kind of guys not getting drafted, then you know a regular all SWAC dude ain't gonna get drafted. So I want to ask y'all, and this is, you know, I like to play devil's advocate sometimes. Do y'all think that this is part of losing, not getting as many guys drafted? Do y'all think that's part of the prime effect with him leaving? I know y'all don't like to talk about prime, but in this aspect, it plays into the question. Do y'all think that's, you know, do y'all think that had an effect on it?
Didn't nobody get drafted last year, did they? But one? How many?
No, we had 3 out the SWAC last year.
Yeah, 3 had not Land, but the tackle for Southern, he got drafted.
Tyra Carter.
And Josh Williams from Fayetteville State. Was it Fayetteville State?
And Kobe Durant and James Houston.
and James Houston.
So you had 2 in the SWAC.
Two SWAC guys, 4 HBCU guys overall.
Yeah. It could be, but I think that the prime effect, it can go both ways. Prime effect of, when he did get more people to go to HBCUs, it could have been like, okay, we're gonna show y'all that this ain't where you need to go. So the next year we not gonna pick up nobody.
So,
with the Chiefs.
Yeah, with the Chiefs, played a lot. He got a lot of playing time late in the season. Made some big players for that team.
The talent just wasn't there this year. Some people feel like that.
Yeah, some people felt like it was so saturated with players from the pandemic too, that I think it kind of supposedly overtook guys that was draft eligible this year, which I still think that's a bunch of bull. But man, you can't tell me that guy from Sacramento State that the Patriots drafted was no better than Aubrey Miller, man. So if the Patriots took 2 shots on guys from the FCS, why nobody else couldn't?
And a lot of it fall into the philosophy of the teams. I don't know if y'all watch keep up with HBCU nightly, but KJ Black was on he worked with the Rams now. He was saying they got scouts with the Rams that didn't even know who some of those guys were. Now, if you're a scout and you don't know who Xavier Smith is, I'm not saying he need to be at the top of your board, but if you don't know who this guy is, this guy had 90 catches like multiple years, All-American guy. You don't know who he is. And he played in the Legacy Bowl, MVP Legacy Bowl. You don't know a guy like that. That to me, that says a lot, man. That says more than anything that they don't care.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I wholeheartedly think they don't care. And then man. And then I don't know, maybe it's something going on with them not being able to see our players like they should, because there's a certain talent pool that you pick from. Our players get enough exposure from that talent agency or scouting agency to make sure them scouts get seeing film on us. Because I don't see how you don't know about players in the FCS, but you knew about the cat from Sacramento State and the cat from South Dakota State. Is it, what I'm saying? Do we have to get more exposure to the conference? And is the conference doing this just by giving us that exposure? Because they have been kind of lacking, because they really didn't build when Prime was here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the league got a lot of flaws, but if you get guys, this season they didn't have a 1 D2 guy. He was a punter. But a lot of years you get 1 or 2 D2 guys. So if you getting a D2, D3 guy, you can't say that it's competition, because ain't no way, and no slight to D3 guys and nothing like that. But ain't no way that our level of football is worse than D3 football. So if you're not playing nobody on those levels, then I really don't think you should hold competition. I mean, you're a baller, man. You're a freak of nature. It don't matter. I mean, Derrick Henry played 1A football in Florida. The dude was like 6'4", 250. You know what I'm saying? But he set national touchdown records in high school at a D2 at a 1A little bitty school in North Florida. So the talent is talent, right? It's just one of those things. But yeah, I mean, I think it starts with the school. I think a lot of it starts with our schools, man. I saw a tweet from Coach Huggins. I don't know, he do a lot of HBCU draft stuff. He made a tweet today that said, "Y'all not being slept on. It's your school not promoting you." Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with it too. See, well, I think we got to use this social media tool definitely way better than what we what we've been using it because even when James Houston got drafted, I noticed with the media that he was being pushed a lot. That he was being pushed through a lot of JSU media, and I think that helps because it was a good thing when we first got there because Deshaun Warren was his baby, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And him getting that push and everything, but that NFL PA Bowl that helps these FCS guys, man, because the Patriots I think drafted like 7 guys just from that one bowl, man. They found a lot of talent through that NFL PA Bowl. If you ever noticed, guys are usually from the SWAC that play in that bowl. If they're good, somebody usually gives them this opportunity, and I hope that we can maybe build some type of partnership with the NFL PA Bowl and be able to get more of our guys that exposure that they need.
CFL draft was last night, and they drafted a guy from Delaware State. I tried to keep up with that draft, but they got so many crazy rules in their draft, so I can't keep up.
Yeah,
but
American guys and all that.
Yeah, you know, you can only draft so many American dudes. You know what I mean? I found out one of our dudes was part Canadian because he got drafted 1 year. Man, so it's like, you know, you find out them kind of things, but I still think. Oh, go ahead.
Do you see a lot of Eastern Washington stuff being pushed? But they went and found Cooper Kupp, didn't they?
Yeah,
but Cooper Kupp was a monster, though. You got.
Nah, I ain't saying he wasn't. Xavier Smith was too. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying all that stuff about exposure. We keep making excuses for the NFL. It's just plain and simple. They don't want to come get our people. They go find all these other guys that's doing their thing. But when our guys do their thing, they we don't know. We didn't know. How the hell you know about Cooper Kupp?
Yeah,
he ain't on TV every week.
But then we got to think about that during that time though. Eastern Washington was on ESPN a whole lot of time because I'm gonna tell you who put on Cooper Kupp was Bo Levi Mitchell.
Oh yeah, he was definitely doing his thing.
That dude was must see TV for quite a while, man. And Cooper Kupp benefited off of that guy.
And you also got to remember that was around that time they started that red field, so it was a gimmick, you know, like you know they you know those schools find not all FCS schools because a lot of them don't, but like when you look at North Dakota State, they got the Fargo Dome, that's they draw, you know. I mean, yeah, they got a factory of a football program, but they got the Fargo Dome, that's they draw. You got Montana, you know, they got their thing, you know, and then you got the red field over here, you know, and a lot of those schools got things that get the attention. I mean, we do too, but like I agree. I mean, I agree with both of y'all because I feel like, you know, at some point you can't. I mean, at some point you gotta kind of stand up on your own and get where you need to go. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they say they can find you. A few years ago, Ali Marpet, who was offensive lineman for the Buccaneers, he came from a D3 school. So you telling me an offensive lineman can play D3 ball and be found and go to pros and start, then there's no reason why a SWAC guy can't.
Adam Thielen was a D3 guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know,
I get it. You know, I mean, why was Cooper Jerry Rice Player of the Year? He was good, don't get me wrong. But if somebody have just as good a season in the SWAC, they're not going to get that award.
Right. You right.
So yeah, I mean, you got to look at it this way. It took Jordan Lewis to be the first SWAC guy to win the Buchanan Award. Yes, that was the spring. You know, I mean, everybody wasn't playing, and you know, but that was the first SWAC guy. And then you get Isaiah Land to be the second. These awards are named after SWAC guys, and we've had people put up crazy numbers that never won these awards. So, you know, I mean, that's an argument, discussion in and of itself. You know, I mean,
too with this Legacy Bowl, with this combine, man, I feel like this. if they gonna put the combine out and put on a wonderful combine, can all 32 teams show up besides maybe 25, 24 here? Because I think that's disrespectful too. You know what I'm saying? Them guys going out there to prove themselves, and you putting on a wonderful combine, and you can't get all 32 teams to show up. What that says about you as an organization? You know what I'm saying? Are you saying that HBCU guys ain't worth your time? You know? So, you know, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Man, you might be missing out a jewel because you're going chasing waterfalls, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, all them guys. I'm gonna use somebody for example. I'm sorry, but that dude Stetson Bennett probably ain't gonna make it in the damn NFL, bro. Because
Stetson Bennett gonna be a coach in like 3 years, bro.
He's gonna be probably a coach. But that's the thing, you won't give somebody like who. So you want? I mean, what's the difference, man? I mean, football is football. I'd rather for a scout to tell me why Aubrey Miller can't get drafted versus the dude you pick. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the man went in there and wrecked shop in the Senior Bowl. He has a great media presence. So what the fuck else you want? You know what I'm saying?
And you know, it's like when you look at that, you know, everybody say Senior Bowl is about the practices. It's not the game, it's the practices. Well, he had a damn good week of practice.
Yeah.
What I can't think of what was the offensive lineman name from Grambling a couple years ago?
The dude from Little Rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went to the Senior Bowl. Yeah, he went to the Senior Bowl. They were like, he had a great week of practice against all these big time linemen, and you know, it's like it's all good till it's time to call a name, and then it's like, you know, we not gonna call your name. You know, it's just one of them things, man. Like I just don't know what do you do. You know, like what do you do to fix it? You gotta. The league is going the way it's going. It's like, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to look at back in the days, and they're like, back in the days is different. But in 1999, 2000, Jackson State had 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, come on now.
2 first-round picks in the same draft. Nah, we ain't had a first-round pick probably since. But no, Titus Howard.
Yeah, from Alabama.
Yeah, so
the Alabama State.
Other than that, we ain't had a first-round pick since. And I'm not saying we should, but I mean, come on, man. How do you go from that to nothing? You know, it's like, it's crazy.
I think one thing, C. Wells, is that we have to start. If we could play guys, teams that's either lower level, Sunbelt, or you know what I'm saying, our top level FCS competition, and start beating these guys, I think that would kind of help. I think that would help us tremendous. If Jackson State go out there and annihilate Texas State, man, that's gonna make our conference look great.
I mean, the rest of us got to pull our weight too, though.
Out there and beat Stephen
make
F.
your
Austin.
team look good.
Man, that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Go out there and because they almost had the opportunity to beat Stephen F. Austin. That was a top 25 team at that time. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to start winning these games, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we got to find better exposure.
What's happening? What's happening? HBCU Band Talk.
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome to the show. But you know, hey, let's transition away from the draft to that. You know, I mean, what's up, D? Mr. Edwin Moore, y'all in the house. Dallas in the house. What's happening, man? Hell, Wildcats. Oh, you just the person we need. we need some intel. What's going on in Daytona, man? We need to. It's mighty quiet out there. But I know this. You know, this is a topic that we bat around a lot. But you know, I was listening to Doc Holliday last night, and they got crazy on this topic about scheduling. I mean, you know, we've all scheduled, you know, FCS teams. Everybody play, you know, money games or whatever. You know, to me, I guess I asked y'all, what would be your perfect non-conference schedule? Like, you know, you don't have to name a team, but you know, is it no FBS games, you know, region, you know, like that? What?
how we were chopping up about USM and Jackson State. I think USM and Jackson State need to have some series of games. And I know the fact is the USM ain't gonna want to come to Jackson. That's gonna be one of the problems. But I think Jackson State and USM need to start some form of a series. And also, and then I think we need like Jackson State to win a couple of these series because I feel like if Jackson State played last year, I feel like we win. You know what I'm saying? But I think we need to find some regional opponents that's close, like JSU Southeastern, opponent like Sanford, man. Austin P, like Valley played Austin P. I thought that was a great way to show your level of competition. Because even if you think about it, there's a lot of guys that were getting drafted out of Tennessee State. I think it was more so because of the level of competition they were playing. Like some Kennesaw States and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But some lower level, Tulane or Troy, and that's why I like the maybe a one FBS and a couple FCS powers. I don't really like us playing Division II unless you're a good Division II.
I mean, the only team that I don't care play HBCU is Bama State because that's historical. I mean, they lose the Tuskegee on Turkey Day Classic most times, so that's fine to see. But other than that, man, I unless there's some kind of relationship, unless there's some kind of relationship with like coach or something like that, I don't need it, man. But I do want to say, if you look at a lot of MEAC schedule, they had some really good teams, but a lot of them play Virginia Lynchburg too. So you can't shade us for playing them when a lot of them teams played them too. So that cut both ways. But
just don't play Lincoln, please. Stop playing Lincoln, California, please.
And don't play Florida Memorial, man. leave them people alone.
I didn't even like when Jackson State played Edward Waters, man. That was just, I hated that, man. That wasn't a true test.
I didn't either. The only reason why we had played them at that time was because our coach, they coach at the time used to coach at Southern, so it was like a relationship thing. And we had did that with Allen also years ago. So it's like, one is okay, but I still think that you need to find those Sunbelt teams and Conference USA teams now, and if that's
now ain't an Atlantic 10, A-Sun, something like that.
Yeah, whatever right. they got their own problems right now. But what you think, DJ? What would be your scheduling, your perfect schedule? I guess you could say.
I don't really have no opinion on that per se. I'm still under the impression of this. No matter who you play, no matter who you beat, they're going to discredit you as a conference. So they're going to say, yeah, you beat Austin P, but you lost 3-4 games in the conference. And like Thrillo say, if those teams don't have NFL caliber guys on it, it's just another game. They still not paying attention. If they don't respect you, they don't respect you. I just look at it like that. And for you to probably get a conference where everybody can win those games, I don't know if we'll ever get there because a lot of our people are under the impression that you got to go PWI. So until we get a lot more of our good talent to come home to HBCUs, you'll be having the same conversation from here on out. That's just what it is.
But are we gonna use our HBCUs as JUCOs? That's gonna be the problem.
Yeah, I mean, like when I say come home, I mean like come home, stay, rep it, push it. It takes all of us. You got a lot of us that are bigger fans of PWIs than HBCU. So I think until all of that change again, I think we having those same conversations. Like I've been seeing people on SWAC board, Light on Sports, arguing about, North Texas got better facilities than FAMU. So that kid that transferred out of FAMU, he should go there because they got better facilities. So my question to y'all is, first of all, what are you considering facilities? Are you considering like a weight room, a football field? What constitutes facilities to you? And then I'll go after that.
Well, to me,
most of them folks probably can't even tell you that.
Yeah,
I think they're running their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
If you're looking at the average social media person, when they say facilities, they just probably talk about stadium. You know, they don't know nothing about, you know, training tables and weight rooms and none of that kind of stuff. You know, rehab stuff. You know, hell, they don't even know. To me, when you say facilities, I think all aspects of an athletic department, that all arenas, all behind the scenes things. So when I say like Prairie View got really nice stuff, they got nice stuff in every sport. I mean, the Baby Dome ain't the greatest, but it's nice, you know. But to say some of them places, and I've been to some of them places, man. Like, I think a lot of time people will put that on a school because it's a PWI. Like, I've been to Northwestern State. Their stadium ain't that great. None of their facilities are that great. Nickel State, their facilities is garbage. I mean, Southeastern playing an 8,000 seat stadium. It might be 10 now, but they play in a small stadium, man. They don't have what you think they got. I mean, Indiana State got a one-sided stadium, right? Like, but people will see the name and think that is better, you know? Like,
I guess where I'm going with it was sort of what this guy's talking about. But does the facility make the player, or do the player make the facility?
Come on now.
And I'm speaking from personal experience. When I got to high school, we were the first in our area, probably in Southeast Arkansas, to have $1 million indoor facility. That's when, you know, high schools first started transitioning. Man, went 1-9 2 years in a row. Had the best facilities, but wherever you go. A bar gonna be 45 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the same plate, same everything. It might be old and rusted over here. It may be new and shiny over here, but that weight the same. That heel that I run, that's the same heel. It don't matter.
Yeah, that don't change.
At LSU or Southern. So me working now, if you want to go towards training tables and nutrition, that which ain't got nothing to do with facilities.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
So now when it comes to that, I'm a big believer in that. That makes a big difference. But you just talking about facilities itself, that don't make me better. I have to go in there and want to get better. Just because that shit nice don't make me any better if I don't put it in.
That don't decrease your 40 time. That jumbotron ain't gonna give you 3 touchdowns, man. You know, I mean, like you said, kind of like, you know, what you said with your school, DJ. My school is an inner city school, man. We barely got a school board that worked most Friday nights. We were the only school in our district that didn't have a turf field. Number one, every other team in our district were from areas that had money. They all had jumbotrons, man. They all had turf fields. They all had, you know, nice locker room areas, and we had nothing. The visiting team had to stand behind the goalpost at halftime because we got visitor locker room. So we still made our way through that district multiple years, and in basketball, man, we ran through them schools with a gym that leaks sometimes. So, like you said, the actual buildings and all that stuff, man. That's not why teams win. You know, teams win because of guys. You know, it's not it's not the. How do you say it? It's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmys and Joes, man. Sometimes, I mean, now that can get you guys if people like flash, but you know, it don't always work.
It doesn't make them. Those guys are who they are.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be that same guy just on the field, like you say, not looking at, you know, the nutrition and all that stuff, but talent. That same guy, if he went to Pine Bluff, he still got talent. You don't lose talent because you go to a smaller school. Whether you go to Arkansas or Pine Bluff, if you got talent, you got talent. You don't lose talent because you go to Pine Bluff. You still a talented dude. It's just what you're surrounded with, you know. You
got coaches and you got other things that affect their environment or, you know, make a difference in, you know, talent. I get C. Wells, he's a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? And he goes to Pine Bluff instead of going to, you know, Alabama. So if I have incompetent coaches at Pine Bluff that can't develop C. Wells and bring the best out of him, it has nothing to do with the facilities. It has to do
That's the
with coaching.
I bet you
And
100%.
yeah,
But I feel like 100% that some of these NFL teams, too, y'all, is putting money into these bigger programs. You can't tell me that the Jacksonville Jaguars ain't got some tied in with the University of Florida.
Man, it's all I mean, that, you know, it's relationships matter in sports, bro. You know, it may. I mean, if you look at the Houston Texans, man, they gave TSU some stuff. So it you know, you probably get more from a certain spot than you know, being somewhere else. But it's all. I mean, relationships matter, bro. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of people don't get or don't care about. That's what gets you in all doors in sports, man. Is having somebody that can vouch for you. If you look at, I don't know what kind of power Doug Williams got right now, but when Doug was a little bit more connected in the NFL, he always made sure that, you know, he didn't really get guys drafted, but he always made sure them guys had good homes to go to when they made the league. You know, he vouched for dudes. You know, he did. You need more people like that in those rooms, man. You need, and not just people that look like us.
Yeah.
You got to be in the room where it happened, man. You know, like, you got to know what's going on. I mean, it's a lot of battles we fight in recruiting, man. We fight a lot of battles. And they start in your home, in the town that the school in, at the certain high schools. It just, you know, we just fight battles, man. It's crazy.
I think what that comment that just came up, where he was talking about, all that stuff is based on perception.
Mm-hmm.
That's subjective. What are good facilities? Alabama State got good facilities. What's good? So it's based on what you're taught growing up. To me, a good gym, like a good fitness gym, is a sweat box.
That's it.
That's the good gym to me. That's got, the shit might be rusted, the upholstery on the stuff might be. That's good. The new shiny commercial stuff, that's not good to me. So all that stuff is subjective. When a good player want to go to school. Now, I'm not gonna argue with the nutrition. But, you know, I don't include that in facilities because I can use the same calf that I have right now and serve my athletes differently. So that really has to do with facilities. That just has to do with nutritional programming. But, you know, yeah, it does include all that stuff. But if that stuff was the end all be all and it made all the difference in the world, why everybody from them schools ain't going pro?
Because if that's the case, if you want to say facilities is the case,
yeah,
the University of Colorado should be sending anybody and everybody to the NFL, and you see it there at the bottom of the damn barrel. So it can't be their facilities, man.
Man, look at Texas. Man, look at Texas. Texas had a run of guys not getting drafted, and hardly nobody got more money than Texas. You know, they got the top, you know, they got top of the line everything, man. Like,
they can miss me with that. It's all about how you use what you have in your mindset going into that situation. I mean, but we have to start teaching people early. Just because your house is a shack, it looks like a shack, don't mean it has to be a shack. You know what I'm saying? It's what you make of whatever you have. And sometimes you come out better because you're hungry, you're driven. You get a lot of prima donnas coming out of them schools because they've always been given everything. They've always been told you the best. You always, you know, all of that stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't agree 100% with all of that stuff. That stuff really, you know, who make Alabama? Alabama or the players? The players. You know what I'm saying? They all left and went somewhere else. All them facilities can't go out there and score shit. Can't do nothing.
Nope.
Yep. I mean, it's one of those things that you look at. You know, you can say it. We all agree that the players or the talent, whatever, is what makes it happen. But to some people, it's the chicken or the egg. You know which one. But you can have top notch stuff and finish 0-10, 0-11. There's a reason why a lot of teams don't win because they don't got talent and they don't got coaching. You know what I mean? Like everybody in, if you're a Power 5 team, and I know this ain't a Power 5 show, so I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on that, but if you're a Power 5 team and you spending money on stuff because everybody else spending money on stuff, but you ain't getting guys, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
You're wasting money. You're throwing the whole money away, man.
I just wanted to just speak on that just a tad bit because people are, when kids go in the portal or, I mean, obviously doing the job that I do, people on the outside are advising these kids. People are telling them, oh, go over here because it's shinier over here. Yeah, but they ain't telling you everything that come with it. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you that if you don't go over there and work hard, that still ain't going to get you nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and they're gonna recruit over you, bro.
Yeah, so like I'm not saying you gotta stay at HBCU. I'm not saying that those awesome facilities aren't a benefit. All I'm simply saying is just because you have it doesn't make your school or doesn't make your players any better if you're not utilizing it properly. If the kids ain't bought in, if you don't have the coaching, it wouldn't be any Darius Lenards in the NFL. Teron Armstead, I was around UAPB then. We ain't had nothing. Pro Bowl tackle every year. So, you know, it was a dungeon where we worked out at. A dungeon in the old Hazard. Old ROTC building, been there forever. My dad was in that same locker room. So, same weight, same everything. But you got it in. You got stronger. My 315, my 350 ain't no different than somebody in Fayetteville. Darren McFadden went to the University of Arkansas. Got in the combine, only bench press 225, maybe 7 times, no more than 11 or something like that. You've been in a Power 5 program for 3-4 years, and that's all you can do.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Like, so all of that stuff there don't mean nothing to me because I can outlift and I could do a lot more than a lot of those guys that have been on programs, you know, of course, when I was their age for all them years because I put in work.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to work. You know, I mean,
you got to do it no matter where you at.
every level you go up, man, you got to work. You know, I mean, you know that Alabama A might get you in the door, but it ain't gonna keep you on the team. You know, and you're gonna get passed up by an undrafted dude from Grambling. You know that you felt like you was better than because you went to Alabama and he went to Grambling, but he outwork you and he out talent you and he outplay you. You know,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So,
my bad.
Oh no, I was just saying, man. It's like I think, you know, it's one of those things that we know, you know, like we understand, you know, what's really out there, but the average person don't, man. They look at one thing and their minds is blown, man.
Yeah, I think that money controls all, man. Because most people, you look at a product like this is. Say, for instance, you go buy a Mercedes versus a Honda Accord, for example. They both can drive, can get you to work or anything else. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody puts the Mercedes in a category as being, hey, that you are elite and wealthy if you drive this car. That don't necessarily mean that's true because you got millionaires who's also driving the Honda. You see what I'm saying? So like,
and then you also got to look at, you know, if something happened to that expensive car, man, it ain't a simple fix.
You got to put more money into it, right?
Yeah,
to keep it going.
That's what
with us. I think that's what we losing that battle too. Is it's a money thing too, man. They pumping this money, and we just ain't gonna be able to compete with it. Not right now.
We
can't compete with it.
That's what we can't compete with is money. I don't know where that stat came from either, where the average HBCU lineman loses. I mean, I'd be interested to know where you got that data from. I mean, I've been around a whole lot of linemen this past season, and them songs ain't losing no weight. They ain't lost none yet. So I'm just wondering. So, I ain't saying it's wrong. I just want to know where that data comes from.
That Eddie Rock gonna make sure they eat them ham hocks.
Some of them ain't losing no weight, but some of them still ain't blocking nobody.
Yeah.
That's a different topic. But you know, and NIL is another thing. Now that that shit they got out of control with, and they don't like it, man. You know, it didn't reach levels where some of the bigger teams is like struggling to keep up, and their fan bases is upset because they don't play the NIL game. Like the University of Florida, Coach Napier chose not to play the NIL game. You know, he's not playing the portal like that. And them fans is upset in Gainesville. So they have to keep up with the Joneses. You know, that's the one thing that separates our level from theirs. You gotta keep up with the Joneses, bro, because the level of stuff, like every dude got an Xbox in their locker, you know, like that don't help you win games, but it help you get guys, you know, like that's the problem, you know, you use the flashy stuff to get the kids in there, you know, like I don't know. It's just one of them things, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh yeah, conditioning.
I think the SWAC. I think we need a better commissioner to put our brand out there, man. Because I think we have a hidden jewel in the SWAC that needs to be exposed to the world. And I think Dion lit the fire, so we got to keep that fire lit, man.
Hey, this coming from a former SWAC guy right here.
Kind of funny, you tell me.
Thrillo said he was eating Frenchies, man.
He said he eating good.
He probably was.
Yeah, so a lot of SWAC schools right now, to my knowledge, are getting like, we're finally starting to get like nutrition stations, like we have it at Alabama State. Now, is it, of course, up to par with training table? No, but we do have areas where they can replenish with protein, carbs. They got snacks and just, you know, healthier options and things like that to refuel, you know, after workouts or just grab when they need it, which is a start. I think Grambling got it now. A few schools starting to
get. Jake State got a nutrition station. Yeah.
But yeah, I do think we need. I've been saying it before, you know, I even started working at State. I've been saying, like, if I could find a way, because I think all they need is to get some grant money at least, and I would probably get some kids that's in school dietitian programs that want to be sports dietitians and use them as interns.
Yep.
They can't mess you up. Hell, you already ain't doing nothing. So let them practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a win-win. They get their hours. You really ain't got to pay them top dollar right now.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing you need to do is get the money for the food.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're be eating the same thing that I'm eating as a regular student. You know what I'm saying? They should be eating different.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, you know, these are the game changers, you know, the medical stuff, the nutrition stuff, you know, the therapy, you know, all them hyperbolic chambers and shit. That's game changers that, you know, yes, the guy can get a high ankle sprain and be back sooner than when our guys get a high ankle sprain, which is a tough thing to shake. But, you know, you get a hamstring and that shit nag you all year, you know, shoulder nag you all year because you don't have everything that everybody else, you know, that those schools got. But, you know, that's, you know, we got to find a way to make things happen. Like you say, whether it's grant money or donations. Huh?
I said to people's knowledge. That's an assumption that you don't have that. But we got relationships with everybody. This stuff I know for a fact. Our medical staff, we got medical doctors, we got everything just like everybody else got. Am I saying we're better or on the same level? No, but I'm saying the same off-site facilities that people can go to and get all of that therapy and all of that stuff there, because we even have people come on site and provide that kind of stuff that I've seen with my own eyes. So again, I'm not saying we're on the same level, but I think that a lot of people assume a lot about HBCUs, but don't really know the truth behind what go on. Now, do we lack money? Yeah, we lack a whole lot of money and nutrition.
Yeah, everybody like money.
But
You don't
some of that
see
stuff we ain't that far behind on, like people think.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, like I said, I think
as every Power 5 school, and we was on that same level. We can compete with Alabama State could probably beat Alabama if we had the same money. You know what I'm saying? Same everything, equal everything.
I think my thing is always, man, I think people I'm not saying nobody in here, but a lot of times people, they don't compare like to like. You know what I mean? They compare us to, for whatever reason, they compare us to Power 5. I mean, if you go FCS to FCS, bro, we got stuff, like I said before, we got stuff better than most of these schools already. Right. But you know, nobody really cares about that because that's not sensational. You know, like I know we got better stuff than ULM, bro. Come on, they're down the FCS school as it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all about thinking outside the box, man. You know, like you got to find other avenues to make things happen. Something to get you there. Like, you know, like I was saying earlier about Eastern Washington with their red field. That was their little hook. Then you look up and Central Arkansas got a purple and gray field because they think that's what, you know, they think that's what it takes, you know. It's you just got to have things. I mean, look at Boise State, man. They parlayed that blue field into a damn good program. But that wasn't why they got those guys. They got those guys because they was winning. But, you know, that's the little flash that get people attention, you know.
I think we gotta stop trying to be like everybody else.
Yeah, that's number one.
Sell our culture. That's it.
Is like C. Wells saying, you're expecting something out of this is you're not gonna get. And you know, we do present something that's unique. Our culture, HBCU, that's very unique. We need to preserve that because that's all we got left in the United States. Everything else been took. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's New World, yeah, I can respect that. But yeah, I think we have to fall back in love with what we have and start at each institution and make them some of the biggest issues is not even sports related with people transferring from our institution. It's internal operations and processes.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing.
Everybody want to focus on the sports, but we got to heal and attract from inside out. Everybody looking at what everybody sports program is doing, but are our schools competitive with degree offerings? Are we competitive with getting you your refund on time?
Oh,
those are
yes, indeed.
Right there.
Make difference. It's not necessarily that helps recruiting, or can hurt recruiting. Those are more serious things. If a kid want to come to your school and major in nursing, you don't offer nursing, well, that takes
not coming
right there.
It's the day-to-day, bro. And you know, me and you, DJ, we talked about this a couple of days ago. It's like on the program, man. You know, you go on your recruiting visit, you got bells and whistles, and you know they fly you in, and then you come to school, you ride the bus, and ain't nobody waiting for you. You know, you know, in certain places that happens, they got the day-to-day stuff to get you through it. It happens somewhere else, and you gotta go to school in Baton Rouge, which it's a decent city, but you know you gotta go to Southern, and everything ain't all gravy. You don't get your money on time. You don't get this. You can't get answers for what you need. That kind of stuff is what turn people away. You know, like you say, it's not just the sports, because people go anywhere and play sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, his kids go to Timbuktu to play sports, but it's like the day-to-day stuff is what gets it. That's why you go to Timbuktu and you be in the portal the next week, because you're like, damn, I did not realize, you know, that there's no black people up here and they don't want me. You know? But, you know, and the same thing, you know, it just, you know, whatever draws you there, it's got to be strong enough to keep you. And it got to be strong enough to keep you through the day-to-day bullshit, man. Like, that's life in general, you know?
To me that's the biggest thing. I've been a student at both HBCU, PWI, and I've been an employee at both. The biggest difference is the day-to-day processes and day-to-day operations. That's the biggest difference. And that's what separates, that's what frustrates people when it's graduation time, your scholarship still ain't right. You still ain't got your cause of attendance back. Graduation May 5th, and you still ain't got that. So if I got a homeboy that went over to ULM and he telling me, he getting his money back, they might not be winning, but he getting his money. He ain't got to worry about X, Y, and Z. I might think about getting in the portal then because, he telling me he ain't dealing with all the problems I'm dealing with.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. You go to New Mexico State. They ain't got nothing out there, bro. They ain't winning nothing. They ain't got nothing, but they probably trying to make sure they take care of you because they need you out there because they trying to get them wins. But that's, and they want you to get your boys to come out there. It's like they're gonna be more open to things because they need. And so you feel, and people got a different perception of stuff. Some people just automatically think HBCU is negative and wrong. So it don't matter what the school that they go to is like. If it's not HBCU, they're gonna automatically feel like it's better. The school falling apart. But it's not HBCU, so it's okay. That's a whole nother thing in and of itself.
They got their issues just like anybody else.
Everybody do, man.
Yeah.
You dealing with people, you gonna have issues. I mean, people always say Southern so unsafe. The neighborhood is Southern so unsafe. Well, one of the worst neighborhoods in Baton Rouge is on the North Gates LSU campus. And somebody got shot across the street from the police station the other day. And they constantly robbing people there. But they still park their cars and walk from the bottom to Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night. But they won't cross that hump. They go to Southern.
That's weird.
It's nuts, man. But man, I want to take a couple seconds before we're gonna start to wrap this thing up. But I want to take a couple seconds first off to thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us like y'all do every week. But I also want to throw out, man, we trying to. I mean, this is all fun for all of us, but at the same time, we trying to make some things happen. We started a Patreon account, man. So we ain't monetized on YouTube yet until we get to that 1K, which y'all subscribe to help us get there. But we just trying to make some things happen with the show. So we started a Patreon account. We got a $3 level, $5 level monthly. The $5 level, man, we're gonna have a special group chat that you can join. You'll be automatically in when you join that tier. And we all kind of rumors and everything, all that goes on. We can pop that off there. Certain things that can't be spoken on air, like you can bounce it around. We kind of got a informal version of that with Los J going on right now. But we trying to do some things and make some things happen, man. So the link is in the description, and it's on the scroll. So if y'all wanna do a solid, it's there. We definitely appreciate it. We just trying to make some things happen. Try to get bigger and better with what we do. So we appreciate whatever folks do, man. We definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate y'all tuning in because we can't do this without y'all. It's no fun doing this with like two people. So 2 people watching. So man, we definitely thank y'all for being in this.
I'm telling y'all, we was talking about some things off the air before the show about some things that transpired during the SWAC championship game. I'm telling you, pay your $5, pay your $3. I'm telling you, we're gonna make it worth your while, bro.
Oh yeah.
Y'all subscribe to other channels and pay your money there. Hey, put your pot here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got some info now, bro. I mean, we working over here, man.
We got some stuff. Oh man, yeah. Let's touch this real quick, man. APR. I'm quite sure you seen it, DJ. You seen the
I seen
the numbers.
Too. Grambling was leading number. I know Grambling was leading the conference, and I think Alcorn was in the hot second, and JSU was like third.
Yeah, Southern was right in the mix.
I think Bethune was at the bottom though. I think Bethune was at the bottom of the. I think Bethune to Florida A&M. I don't know. I think they're getting guys that ain't getting their lesson, man. Like the old people say, you may make sure you get your lesson, man.
Is that retention, man? It's like, and I think a lot of people gotta realize, and I'm gonna let DJ speak more on it because that's his area. But I think a lot of people don't realize we got, everybody got, you kind of got saved by that little leeway they was giving people during the COVID time,
Yeah.
So you got so many guys now, man, that's staying in school forever, and they still got to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
But
you got all them people getting in the portal too that's not coming out. So if they don't go to another, really 4-year school, you lose a point.
Mm-hmm.
So all them people that's got in the portal this year, a lot of them still sitting there. You know what I'm saying? So your school is hoping and praying that them kids get picked up by somebody. That's one reason why we do everything we can to help you. Like once you decide to get in there, whatever we need to do to help you get to that next school, we finna do it because we need that point back. But if you just dangling around or just don't do nothing else with yourself, now we lost a point. And you dealing with a lot more of that now because you're getting an influx of people hitting the portal from all sports. You know what I'm saying? All the way around, all year long, you might have 100. You got 300 and some athletes, most schools. And we probably losing 100 and something every year to the portal.
Yeah, you losing whole teams, damn near, So it's and like you said, now you gotta worry about, you gotta worry about where this kid go, and then because they can't just sit there, you still responsible. And I think a lot of teams you're gonna see. Right now, because this is a rolling number, but I think in the next couple of years you're gonna see that really affect some people.
Mm-hmm.
So the average score is like 930, and we got 6 teams above 930 and 6 below 930. The MEAC, all of their teams, all 6 of their football teams are over 930. I don't have the scores for all the other sports. This is just football, but it's as a school, as a fan of a school that was in heavy APR problems, man, y'all don't want them problems, bro. Y'all do not want them problems, man. Ooh, Lord, you do not want them APR problems. No. It's hard to get
earlier. We do what we can to get them there, but keeping them. What can we do to keep them? Because, like you said, retention hurts.
Yeah,
honeybees. I know what that'll help. Get you some of them honeybees to help you with your lessons.
You can't go wrong with that, man. This comment said, do grad transfers affect that number?
It can, but you basically get helped because they did graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be like a null and void type of situation with that.
Yeah, like I said, and trust me, they don't mind dropping the hammer on an HBCU. So man, you don't want to play in that realm, man. I know it was a point in the late 2010s where it's like 4 out of the 3, 4, 5 SWAC schools was battling APR issues, man. So it's like you don't want that, man. You don't want to, you don't want your basketball team making it to the tournament knowing damn well they can't go nowhere, but they still playing in the tournament. Like you don't want them kind of things, And you finish it first, and you ruining everybody else's season. You don't want them problems, man. So, it's just one of them. This is something that definitely is a thing that we got to battle because we're not staffed like everybody else,
Hey, I think who was it asked earlier about the nutrition thing, Lawrence. So, do y'all think the commissioner could come out and start pushing the narrative that we, try to find partnerships or partner with Tyson Chicken and Walmart or somebody to say, hey, we need food, you know what I'm saying? Or wherever, do you think it should start from up there? Or what do you think the campaign for us getting those things should start?
Yeah, I think it should start at the top, because if you're gonna run around here saying that our league is a super conference, then you need to make sure that we are, man, because that's your job. You know, you run around here saying this and that, and you're not doing the work that equals that. That reflects on all of us. You know, all 13 of us and him. That reflects bad, man. So I'm not saying you have to do all the work, but like you said, man, you got to, maybe you could start them partnerships first, you know, and build them relationships, and then, you know, put the schools in the position to make those moves they want. And I still think that they really, I know they, you know, I know he's trying to get that little ESPN money, but what is it, HBCU League Pass, I think it is, that Groundler got to deal with and FAMU had to deal with. Mm-hmm. You need to push more people to make deals like that, because those people is putting money in them programs, man. Them people putting mad money in Groundler programs. So why would you not want something that would help your schools, and then all the other money could be icing on the cake? You know, it just, I mean, we ain't had the best of commissioners ever. So I think that they should be tired of everybody that got a show or Twitter throwing stones at them, and they should be. It's like, at a certain point, don't you get tired of somebody talking about you, and you be like, damn, I got to do something about this, bro. You know, I can't block everybody. Like, man, we make it happen, man. Make some things happen.
What y'all think about this? The commissioner and his people, whoever, try to get a round table with Strahan, Armstead, Titus Howard, Donald Driver, Barry Rice. All these guys are still living. Alumni got to give money too, but I want to start up top. Not saying that they got to give all their money out to do it, but help us get the word out. You know what I'm saying? They got 1 million people looking at they post instantly. And when they endorse something, people jump on board. So they come together and say, hey, this is where we at. This is a big thing that we lacking, you know, and then have a representative from each of those institutions, whoever their marketing person is or whatever, work with that guy. Like, so TSU can have somebody work with Strahan. Hey, this is what's your vision? This is our vision for this. You know, we're going to market it this way. We're going to get alums to give this way. And, you know, just have that big face backing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that every one of them guys got to come out their pockets all the time, because it is all of our responsibility. But we do need their help sometime with just being a face or somebody. What is simple as dropping a post on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, that's all it takes.
Would run to try to do something for UAPB if Armstead made some kind of big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So Robert Mathis for A&M. Whoever you got that's prominent, and Aeneas Williams at Southern can still come back. Then you got Jatari Carter, which he ain't really, you know, made it yet. But I just feel like the commissioner can start.
I was just saying, I think it's one of them things where, you know, whatever gets you going, man. You know, I mean, it takes all efforts. It's not, you know, it ain't just it ain't just alumni giving, because that's very important, and you still got to do that regardless. But it's, you know, hey, y'all get this, we match, you know, and then we get somebody to match what we all came up with. Right. You know, it's things like that. You know, I mean, these people got endorsements with people. They got connections.
I'm
not saying you got to use them all, but yeah, I mean, you know, we got people out there, man, and hey, I'm transparent, man. I ain't always the best about giving Southern my money. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna act like I am. You know, I need to do better. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and act like high and mighty, and then y'all be like, that dude don't do nothing. You know, it's like we all can do better, man. You know, we all got things that we can do to help that we might not always do, but we still need that extra oomph. You know, I mean, we still need that extra oomph, because you need something to put you over the top.
Right. I feel like, you know, let's say Ocho Cinco at FAMU right now. Say he made a post and asked his followers to give $1. Just $1. How many people would give $1?
Yeah, I mean that.
Would you give a dollar?
Yeah, I mean,
you give a dollar.
And if you want them kind of people that follow somebody like that, man, you more apt to do it because they said it. You know, like. Yeah. So it
don't have to be a bunch of money all the time. You get a lot of people to give a little, you still have a lot. Some people gonna give over that just out of the kindness of their heart. But if you got 70,000 people to give $1 once a month, $1, how much money is that a year extra additional that you can use to feed students? Nothing else but feed them. Feed all your athletes properly. I don't think that's too difficult. I think a lot of us give $1. I probably would give $1 to every school on the SWAC in a month's time. That ain't gonna kill me to do that.
$12 can help feed a child.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a tax write-off. You can write that on off.
Hey, the commissioner could do that. He could just start a campaign to do that.
Exactly.
And just push it down to each individual institution. But when you got the head, on board, all the ADs on board, come down, because when you work at a school, you hear, oh man, the conference office said this. It's a big deal, whatever the conference office say. So let them say that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
I mean, yeah, like again, that's one of the things that we can go forever because there's a lot to say about that, and we probably gonna have to make that a show of its own one day. Because Lord have mercy, I got a lot I can always say about that. But now is not the time. And actually, I think it's about time that we go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man. I smell that barbecue chicken starting to seep in the room, man. It's about to go down.
Yes, sir.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down. So I've been distracted for about 20 minutes.
I appreciate y'all, man. Good show. Appreciate everybody tuning in as well.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Like I said, we can't do this without y'all, man. We definitely appreciate y'all always being active in the comments. That's what it's all about. Y'all drive the show. Make it easier to talk about things. So y'all keep it locked in with us. And definitely want to thank my boy DJ for coming through. And hopefully we can get him to come through a few more times. And definitely try to hopefully get him here for the 100th episode. Got to do the 100 with you, bro. That's got to happen.
All right, in there.
So, man, like I said, y'all got anything to say before we get on up out of here?
Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, please.
That's it.
Make sure you subscribe.
It's on the screen, man. It's on the screen. Y'all can hit us up, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Now to support your local SWAC institution. Football season, all the schedule drop. We can go ahead and start making our travel plans, or even if you just go to the home game near you, just go ahead and start making plans now. That's the least we can do is at least show up to some. I ain't saying you got to go to everything, but we got to start putting some fans in the seats because these kids, when they come on visits, they looking at what kind of fans in the stadium are you loud? Are you just sitting there looking crazy? Because when they go to these other environments, it's live. So we got to take it. We got to sell it all the way.
Buy a ticket and go in.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket and go in the stadium, the actual stadium. Go in and sit down. Oh man! Before we get out of here, no way, ain't no way. Lakers in 5. So, I got you. I'm gonna hit you up with that. I'm telling y'all, Lakers by 5. So don't even worry about that. So man, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us again, and we'll be back next week with another edition of SWAC Smoke. So we'll holler at y'all.
Yes, sir.